Okay, on a roll right off the bat. Um, First, I just want to say headshot. Yeah, I want to do that. And these are the Chompies. Um, I'll have some reasons for that maybe down the line why I call them that, but that's kind of the name Vero gives them as he's, headshotting them. I just want to do all this, honestly. This is just the coolest thing ever because I like how I got everything to stick together and make it look like it's a literal headshot. I'm going to bring this guy forward and use him for the review and move the other one in the background so you can just, have that blurry in the background as I review these things. They're both the same design. I literally made two of them just for something like this, and to also show that I'm still working on Vero. But yeah, these are the Chompies. They're basically little metal mahi, specifically built to eat metal scraps and process them into their basic material by pooping it out. So if you have a metal, like a piece of metal that is comprised of like copper and lead and shit like that, it will poop out little pellets of copper and lead separated, so that they can be reprocessed and reused. That's kind of the logic behind these guys. Let's get into lore, however. After I move the camera down a little more to focus on him. Chompies are metal-eating mahi that were made by the Mayaks to clean up the use of scrap from when the magnets were done being constructed. But due to the loss of the Odex, they now run around eating anything that is metal, becoming a major pest that Korax enjoys crushing. I will be delving into Korax in the future. He's not important right now, but what is important is a 360. This guy's got that squat stance. It's like the freaking sumo stance. But yeah, these guys are just the little nuisance. They would play a large portion of lore. It's like they'll just pop up at a random and just start eating metal and just be a nuisance. It might be tearing down a sky. I did not mean to do that. It might be tearing down a skyscraper and just being a nightmare to deal with. One of the cool things about these is that when you open their mouths all the way, this is how they run up at you, and they literally sound like the Vizorak in Web of Shadows, because they literally have circular saw blades in their mouths that just grinders and saw blades inside their mouths that just grind everything up. Their guts are meant to process the materials, and they shit it out. But yeah, the gold is a recent addition. I just wanted to pop their color a little bit more. In fact, one of the original reviews, when I originally reviewed these guys, before I decided to redo the review, one of their head pieces, or the hand pieces that held its head on, broke. In fact, I actually still have it right here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, had to replace it. Just snapped the wrap in there. Come on, focus on it. Thank you. So people can get a good look at how fucked up this is. That's a horror story waiting to happen. That's the one thing you don't want to see. But yeah, they're just little nuisances. They're like the scraplets from Transformers, honestly. Now let's get into the size. We'll start with inches because that's what I got first going. Let me see if I can line it up and see it underneath my camera. Roughly to the upper part of its head right here. It's about 4 inches, 4 inches tall. Maybe a notch or two over it. Okay, and that is real quick. Yeah, removing 2 notches would be exactly on. So whatever it is, I gotta go 2 further. Let's see. So about that same point, he's about 10 millimeters tall, give or take. Again, I'm subtracting the spaces right here from millimeters. So where it is like 5, it'd be technically, where it shows 5, it'd actually be 7. So yeah, I gotta constantly think about that. I constantly forget to do that. I just gotta get a better ruler. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, that's the Chompies. They're very simplistic little nuisances. They're story kind of relevant, and they just exist there to annoy everybody. In fact, if I didn't take Sobak apart, the original review of these guys literally had them trying to eat him because he's living metal, and him kicking the shit out of them, including having his hammer in one of its mouth as he's trying to catch it, or hitting it with his hammer. I don't remember how the video was. I I have since then deleted that video. Oh, man. But it allows me to have Vero in the background headshotting one. I still love that. That is so cool. I'm going to make sure that I'm able to redo that in the future so that I can just have Vero shooting one in the head in his vignette that I plan to do for him in the future. That's the whole thing of these guys will be in their own little vignettes doing their own thing. Like maybe Koba is at the bottom of a volcano relaxing in lava, or Vero's sniping something from a distance, or maybe Ilu's underwater around a coral reef. Stuff like that. Just things that really kind of fit the character a little more. And it'll be all system based. Or I might just make it to where they're all just sitting on the steps, kind of like how the original Bionicle pictures were. But yeah, that's for the future. It's all about this little guy right here. Focus. But yeah, those are the Chompies. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see if I can post these videos tonight. No promises. Because I want to get on to the next build. So, see you when that's done.